Hello Moto. 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 Hello, 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 Moto.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of Moto to this very fantastic afternoon Firstly, may we request everybody to kindly take their seats, settle down, and if possible, please do put your cell phones on silent mode to avoid any kind of disturbance during the course of events. Well, namaskar. A very good afternoon to all our guests here, our members of media, press, the blogger fraternity, and the web influencers that we have amongst us today. We are so excited to have you all on behalf of Moto. I'm your host, Sonali Gupta, and it is a moment of great pride and delight as we see such a huge gathering here to join us in this absolutely momentous occasion, where Moto is all set to add yet another feather to its cap. We are ready for yet another momentous occasion, an absolutely thrilling launch that is going to get the market storming in times to come. This is definitely the most anticipated launch of the season. But before we do so, I can see so many of you here, and I know that the Delhi traffic these days has become an absolute menace, though I saw that everybody was here before time. So it just shows how excited you all are to be a part of this occasion. So firstly, let us give each other a big round of applause for being here. I think that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And we truly promise that today is going to be worth your while. The launch is going to be worth the wait. It is definitely going to live up to your expectations. We also, before we get into the launch and we get into the formal part, would like to tell you why we chose the property Roseate House. It is a boutique luxury hotel. We only wanted to bring you guys to the best and experience the best and live the best. And we truly hope that this is an experience you're going to relish for times to come, and you're going to talk about it, and you're going to live it, and you want to be back for more of our launches and be a very, very special part of Moto Z series launch. Well, I just want to know before we go on, I can see there's a lot of young audience amongst us today. I think the youngsters are absolutely taking over every little profession that we have, and they're bringing in new venues, new professions. Now we have all bloggers here amongst us, and earlier we used to just have the media, the press coming, but now the bloggers have taken on the space. People want to follow you, they want to hear you. How many bloggers do we have in the house? Quite a few. That's wonderful. That's absolutely fantastic. So it is going to be a very exciting day, and we truly hope the bloggers are going to be writing a lot of good stuff about us after this launch. And how many people do we have here from media and press? I can see a lot of photographers, cameramen, and everybody. Lovely. So we'll shortly have a Q&A session as well during the day. So if you have any questions that you could see during the launch, you can go ahead and ask. We'll have the top management right here with us. They'll be answering to all of your queries. So much has been said about the day. I am very excited. So let me once again welcome you all to this very, very special occasion. Or should I just say hello, Moto, to all of you? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we told you earlier, this is the most anticipated launch of this season. The phone that is definitely going to revolutionize the way you use your smartphones. It is going to help you do things you never thought were possible on phones. It is definitely worth the wait, and it is truly an innovation that we all were waiting for it to happen. So ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, we are here to witness the most amazing launch of Moto Z series, Moto Mods. So get ready. And I think you guys have been waiting for a very long time. So let's dive straight into the launch and get the proceedings started. To do so, I would like to welcome on stage a man who definitely needs no introduction. He's been leading the way for Moto. Please welcome on stage the Executive Director, MBG, Lenovo India, Mr. Sudhin Mathur, to say a few words and begin the proceedings for the day. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much, and very good afternoon to all of you. I think it's becoming a habit. I think we have met now in the last 2 weeks. Probably this is the third time. First, we met at the Moto E3 Power launch, which was, I think, about 2 weeks back. We met last week in Delhi here again when we launched the Lenovo Z2 Plus. And now here we are today again for the launch of the Moto Z and Moto Mod series. So it's been a very exciting quarter for us. We've and as I promised to all of you earlier when we met, that Diwali really started for us much earlier than it happened. And we have now already announced almost 7 devices in this quarter for our consumers. Today, we are going to take the next step, and that's the launch of the MotoZ and the Moto Mods, which is going to kind of write a new history in the way consumers are going to interact and engage with their devices. But let's save that for later. Just a quick word about the market, where we are today and how the smartphone market is growing. I mean, all of you know that India is among the fastest growing market in the world. And that's been said, a lot has been written, but just to share some of the data points to you, this year IDC forecast roughly about 115 million, 112 million subscribers, or handsets rather, for smartphone devices that's going to be sold in this country. In about 2 years' time, this will cross more than 150 million, which will probably make India the second biggest market in the world after China, which is almost a growth of about 17% if I look at a CAGR growth in the next 3 years or 5 years' time from now. Now, what is actually driving this growth? First of all, like it was said, of course, the young people. India being a young country, and we'll talk about the consumers a bit later. But a different way in which consumers have started to engage with their phones today is really driving the growth of smartphone. Of course, India has been a large feature phone market in the past, but it has already, the smartphone devices have already overtaken the feature phone market, and it's growing at a very, very rapid pace. And we see that journey continuing with the coming of the 4G devices that has been come up in the market, new ways by which the consumers are today interacting and engaging with the phone. So I think there's a huge opportunity for everybody. I mean, India is still growing, the fastest growing market in the world, much faster than many mature markets that have kind of started to slow down and stagnate. But India still has, probably there's a lot to be written and talked about this market. While the growth is happening across the segment, I mean, India is one market. You cannot say, well, it's a homogeneous market. There is one set of consumers. Everybody is same. Everybody is buying the same thing. You can actually slice and dice this market in different forms and manner, whether it's price point, whether it's consumer habit, whichever way you look at it. Like I said earlier, in the last few months, we have been launching products that have been engaging with the mainstream consumers, the mid-tier consumers, or maybe the first-time buyers as well, who are upgrading. While there is a lot of growth happening in that segment, India, like many of you believe or think, is kind of a low-end market. You'll be surprised to know there's a huge amount of premium segment that exists in this market as well. And this is also one segment which is growing much faster. Like I said, India is growing at about 17% as an annual growth rate. This is one category, and when I define premium, you can say maybe 20,000 and upwards, $300 roughly, give or take. That's the premium segment in India. That is also, actually, that is one segment which is growing faster than the overall market. So there is a huge potential there in this particular segment as well. And today's meet here and our sharing of information is more targeted to consumers who are buying premium devices in India. But a step back and look at who these consumers are. I mean, we talk about these young millennials. Young millennials means born in this. They are like today 16-year-old. I mean, my son is in that age bracket. And I can see the way things are changing today, the way these young kids, consumers, 16 to 24, 25-year-old kids, the way they are engaging with technology today, they're far more knowledgeable than many of us, at least many more than me. And I think we talked about the young bloggers sitting here. They are engaging with technology. They are engaging with technology not because it is technology, because it engages with certain passion points they have, whether it is music, whether it's photography, whether it's social networking. It's a connected world out there. These young kids are sharing their passion points with each other. And we at Lenovo Mobile Business Group believe that to engage with these kind of consumers, we need to be different, because different is better. It is not about bringing incremental innovation into our product, which is not about screen size, it's not about camera, it's not about, but how do we really engage and bring in a very different way by which these young consumers can engage with some of their passion points that they are into. And today, we are going to talk about that and announce the MotoZ, and the Moto Mods actually is all about that. So, Where are we today? I've talked about the market. I've talked about who these young consumers are. And it's been a very fantastic journey for us in the last 3 years. I remember the journey started roughly 3.5 years back. In the last 3.5 years, from almost, let's say, well, we started our business then in smartphone industry. We are a very large PC organization. We are very strong shares in that. But in smartphone in India, we started our journey 3.5 years back. And I shared this with you. Just wanted to recap that. Today, we are the #1 brand in the online space. We are the #2 brand by value in India, and we are the #3 brand by volume in India. This is as per the last IDC report that came out for the April, May, June quarter. So great stuff that we have, and I think we'd like to thank all of you as well for taking our messages and our journey forward and reaching out to the consumers on what we have to offer to them. At the same time, we feel very humble that our customers are choosing a Lenovo product because we are able to reach out and touch upon their passion points. So let's take this journey forward. We have a very august gathering here today and share some of their views. We have Aymar. Aymar is the global president for Lenovo MBG and also the president for Motorola Mobility. He's here with us, and he will come and share some of his views about how the organization is doing. Later on, we will also have Jim. Jim is our director for the global product marketing. He will come and talk a little bit more about what MotoZ and Moto Mods have to offer. And also we have Dylan Yee. He is the head of Asia Pacific for Lenovo MBG business. So we have people here who are here to talk to you, share with you what we have to offer, and we can talk to you later as well. So let's get the show on. Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a great day ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mathur, for sharing your thoughts with us. That was the illustrious journey of Moto so far, and the journey has just been getting better and better. All thanks to your support, and of course, so many people who've loved the brand across India, across countries, and much more. But this is not it. There's so much more we would like to share with you today. And to do so, as Mr. Mathur rightly said, we'll have our next speaker on stage. Please welcome the Senior Vice President and Co-President MBG Lenovo and the Chairman and President Motorola, Mr. Aymar, to please join us on stage. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you, and thank you, Sudhin. Thank you for inviting me, because I love India. I really do. I really do. And it's not just the culture and the food, although I admit that I'm very partial to the food. Must be lunchtime, that's why I'm thinking of it. But I love India for the business and the business opportunity that it represents for us. And I come away every time that I visit the country energized and feeling that we're absolutely on the right track in our journey. And we are. 2 years ago, we acquired Motorola. It's going to be 2 years at the end of this month. And this has been a very defining moment for the company because we were able to combine the strength of both companies, Lenovo and Motorola, and now it's done. We're one team, one company, charging ahead, firing on all cylinders. And quite frankly, the momentum that exists in the business right now is extraordinary. I've been in charge of this activity for 6 months, and I can tell you that every week, every month, every quarter right now, our business is growing, just like it's growing in India. So it makes me very optimistic. And not only is Moto back, but it's back with the strength of having the Lenovo group behind it. And we have every intention of becoming a leading player in the market. We're not here just to play second fiddle. We think that we as a company bring to the table what it takes to become a true leader. We want to become number 3 as a first step. You all know the industry. You all know that there are 2 players that have a very strong share, and then there is a series of other players that are all in the same bracket, roughly speaking, between, say, broadly 4 and 5-6% market share. We're in that pack, but we intend to get ahead of that pack. And India is a key step in that strategy. India is soon to become the second largest market for smartphone. Number one is China. Number two currently is the US. But we expect that India will overcome the US in very short order. Already, for us as a group, India is the second largest market, as Sudhin has explained to you. So last year, we had about 100% revenue growth in India, 100%. And we don't see why it should slow down in the short term. So we're very optimistic about this marketplace, and the integration of Lenovo and Motorola is working in our favor. In the last 3 years, quite frankly, it's been a perfect match of innovation, because what characterized the two entities, Lenovo and Motorola, is a common love for technology. We're engineers. We're a company of engineers. We design stuff. We invent stuff. We love that. And this is not going to go away. If anything, it's going to be reinforced by having the two companies together. And yet, for our size, Lenovo is almost a $50 billion company. In spite of our size, we're remarkably agile and light on our feet. And we'll keep being that way. Now, of course, you know, the industry is a competitive industry, and we welcome that because we see ourselves as a challenger. We're very much, in our DNA, a challenger as a company. We'd like to provoke. We'd like to stimulate. We'd like to innovate. We're pioneers of mobile technology, where some see this market as just being a matter of having a Me Too product at a more affordable price. We think that it's not just about that. Consumers are smarts. It's not about different for the sake of being different. It's being different for the sake of being better. It's bringing to the market a technology that's meaningful, not incremental technology. Better camera resolution, thinner products, all of that is great, but it's incremental. We want to do more. We want the technology to be meaningful. This is why we came out with some unique feature of the Motorola experience. You all know about this motion that starts your camera. You all know about the chop chop that starts the flash, the flashlight. Okay, this is all about improving the experience of the consumer. And today, this consumer centricity has enabled us to come up with this new design. I'm so excited about this product, it's not even funny. I've been using phones like all of you for over a decade. This is by far the best phone I've ever used. Of course, you'll say I'm partial. Yeah, I'm partial. I love our products. But I'm also reasonable and sensible. And I can see that this is a no-compromise product. Everybody wants for years to have the Swiss Army knife approach to the telephone. It doesn't work that way. Because if you pack a phone with features and technology, you increase its cost, you increase its form factor, and you make it not very attractive to the consumer. So our concept was different. Our concept was, make this phone the best that there is, no compromise. I won't take any thunder away from Jim, but this is the thinnest phone on the market. I can't help say it. Sorry, Jim. Okay? This is an awesome phone. And yet, it can be anything that you want, because we want to give the choice to consumers. The consumer is in charge. The businesses that have not understood that in this day and age, the consumer is in charge are at the risk of losing their business. The consumer decides. The consumer has access to information, which is why it's so important to us to be consumer-centric. And with this phone, we offer the ultimate choice. The phone can be anything that the consumer wants it to be. And this is what I'm going to now pass on to Jim, so that Jim can come on stage and give you all the nitty-gritty of this product. This is, again, the most exciting product we have. Of course, we'll come back for Q&A a little bit later. Jim, if you'd join me on stage. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. If you think about smartphones over the last decade, what's changed? Essentially, innovation has stalled. From 1996 to 2007, wireless phone innovation was meaningful and it was frequent. We saw the first flip phones, the first QWERTYs, ultra-thin form factors, and of course, the first touchscreen phones. But after 2007, 2008, innovation has stagnated and is incremental at best. Display sizes go up fractions of an inch. A few megapixels are added or taken away from cameras every year. As a result, consumer choice has diminished and consumers have become less invested in the category and less interested. They wait years for the so-called next big thing, or they simply aren't motivated and just don't get a new phone, so they wait even longer. At Lenovo and Moto, we believe it's time to disrupt the market. We believe it's time to reimagine what's possible, and we're thinking outside the phone to change the existing mobile phone paradigm so people can use their smartphones in new ways that have never before been possible. Whether that's getting up close for a once-in-a-lifetime photo, sharing your favorite music with your best friend, or basically, projecting videos or showing shows wherever and whenever you want. Today we're introducing Moto Mods and the new MotoZ family of smartphones, a revolutionary system that gives you unparalleled level of choice by transforming two unbelievable smartphones into what you need exactly when you need it. But before we get into Moto Mods, let's talk a bit about the incredible MotoZ family of phones. The groundbreaking technology is enabled by two premium smartphones, MotoZ and MotoZPlay. Both phones are designed to be super thin with premium materials like aluminum and stainless steel for both strength and stunning good looks. And each includes a unique set of features allowing consumers to choose what matters most for them. As Amar said, MotoZ is the world's thinnest premium smartphone. It's 5.19 millimeters thin, and that's with a Quad HD, a 5.5-inch Quad HD display. MotoZ was designed from the start with Moto Mods in mind, which means you can add powerful capabilities to your phone without adding a lot of bulk to your pocket. Made from aircraft-grade aluminum and stainless steel, MotoZ is both strong and light. It also comes in two handsome colors, black with lunar gray and white with fine gold. Not only is MotoZ a great phone in an ultra-thin design, it's one of the most powerful phones on the market today. It features Qualcomm's Snapdragon 820 processor and 4 gigabytes of RAM, so it'll tear through any task you can throw at it. You'll also get up to 24 hours of battery life, and with our turbo power charging, you'll get 7 hours of power in a 15-minute charge. And of course, you can transform your experiences with Moto Mods, but we'll talk about that in a bit. MotoZ also features an outstanding low-light camera with a large f1.8 aperture, 13 megapixels, and laser autofocus, so you get outstanding pictures and you'll never miss a shot. It's also our first phone with optical image stabilization, so you can shoot pictures with amazing clarity even in low light. These are just some of the awesome pictures taken with MotoZ. And as you can see, even in a challenging situation like this sunset, the MotoZ camera excels. Here's another example that shows off another benefit of the f1.8 aperture, the bokeh effect. Essentially, the ability to have your foreground in sharp focus, but your background slightly blurred, so it puts the emphasis on the subject of the photo. This last shot shows the MotoZ camera capabilities at night, and again, I think you can see it's excellent. But I feel like I've been talking a lot about MotoZ, and rather than me talk, I think you need to see the phone to actually really appreciate it. So we're going to run a quick video for you. that's a little bit more about MotoZ and obviously a bit of a tease on Moto Mods. The next phone in our MotoZ family is MotoZPlay. It features a 5.5-inch Full HD AMOLED display wrapped in a stunning aluminum and glass back design. Not only does it look fantastic, but it has the longest lasting battery we've ever put in a smartphone. So now your phone can last as long as you do, up to 45 hours on a single charge. And with our turbo power charging, you can get 8 hours of power in just 15 minutes. Now, I've been using this phone for my personal phone for the last couple months, and I have to share a story which really shows the battery life on this. My son recently turned 21, so my father wanted to take my son and I to Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States for my son's 21st birthday because you have to be 21 to go there. So we got up Saturday morning, and of course my son, being a typical kid, was out of data, so his data plan was empty. And he said, "Hey Dad, can you turn on your wireless hotspot?" I said, "Yeah, sure. How long do you want me to leave it on?" He said, "Well, all day, of course, because I have to Facebook and post and tweet to all my friends and everybody." I said, "All right." So I left it on all day. We used GPS to get all around Las Vegas, and of course we got home fairly late at night. When we got home, I forgot to plug the phone in. We got up the next day to go out and do some sightseeing, and I had no power charger in the car. So we did the exact same thing, hotspot, GPS all day. I got through the whole day into the hotel and back to the next morning. So again, I got 2 full days of power basically on using the phone nonstop. So again, this is, even from my personal experience, this is an incredible battery on this phone. MotoZPlay also features a 16-megapixel f2.0 camera with laser autofocus, so you get beautifully sharp pictures day or night. And for those of you who are really into the tech specs, it features 3 gigabytes of RAM and the Qualcomm Snapdragon 625 processor. So gaming, multitasking, and UI performance is fluid and smooth. Similar to MotoZ, MotoZPlay fully supports Moto Mods and can be transformed by any experience for Moto Mods. Both phones include a 5-megapixel wide-angle front-facing camera with flash, so you can get all your friends in your selfies. They have fingerprint sensors, so you can do cashless transactions or lock and unlock the phone without pins or passwords. They also have the latest Moto experiences with new Moto actions, Moto voice, and Moto display to make your Moto experience more convenient and more enjoyable. And both feature expandable micro SD card memory and a water-resistant coating that protects your phone from the inside out against splashes, spills, or getting caught in the rain. Let me just quickly recap what makes each phone a little bit different and unique from the other. So MotoZ, the world's thinnest premium smartphone. It's got a Quad HD 5.5-inch AMOLED display, the Snapdragon 820 processor. You get 24 hours of battery life. You've got an f1.8 13-megapixel camera with laser autofocus and optical image stabilization. MotoZPlay, our longest-lasting smartphone yet. You get a 5.5-inch 1080p Full HD AMOLED display. You get the Snapdragon 625 processor, up to 45 hours of battery life, and an f2.0 16-megapixel camera with laser autofocus. Again, 2 incredible devices just by themselves. Now let's talk about the biggest innovation in smartphones. Moto Mods, the modular ecosystem that allows you to transform your phones. As mentioned before, Moto Mods is a revolutionary system that offers an unparalleled level of choice, transforming the 2 unbelievable smartphones into exactly what you need when you need it. A battery powerhouse, an outdoor theater, a high-powered camera, a portable stereo, and more. Moto Mods attach to the phones with strong magnets, making the 2 devices literally become one. Moto Mods and the MotoZ family were developed together from the start, so they work seamlessly in an elegant, highly pocketable design without the bulk of traditional aftermarket accessories. They're completely hot swappable, so there's no removing of batteries and no power cycling of phones. And Moto Mods are multi-generational, so the mods you buy today work and are designed to work with MotoZ phones in the future. So with the first one is our JBL Sound Boost. You can actually pull out your phone, turn up the volume, and get the party started because there's no need to carry accessory speakers or worry about clunky Bluetooth connections. The JBL Sound Boost has powerful speakers and provides 10 hours of extra battery life, so you never have to cut your playtime short. It features an integrated kickstand so you can watch videos or shows, and you can use it to direct the sound wherever you want. Because all of the audio and phone technology is fully integrated, you can actually use it to make speakerphone calls that are loud and clear and anywhere. Now, we have a saying in the United States that seeing is believing, but I think in the case of the Sound Boost, hearing is actually believing. So I'm going to give you a quick demo. So I'm going to play a song on the Moto Z out of the speaker, and it's a front-facing speaker. So you can hear it just like a traditional smartphone speaker. Now I simply just attach the mod. And I think you can hear there's a big difference. So while I'd like to sit here and dance for you guys and listen, I'm going to just put these off to the side. So the next one is our Moto InstaShare projector. And with the Moto InstaShare projector, you can gather your friends around and view pictures, videos, and shows or your favorite team on the big screen. You can project anywhere and share up to 180 centimeters on any flat surface or any variety of angles with the integrated kickstand. And I think when you see the demos later, the guys will show you kind of the kickstand and how it works. It's fantastic. It's a great use case. And you'll also get an extra hour of additional battery life with the built-in battery. The Incipio off-grid power pack is another great Moto mod, and there's no need to be tied to a wall outlet or low battery warnings now. You can add up to 20 hours on the go with the Incipio power pack. The sleek design is highly pocketable, and it integrates with your phone's battery meter, and it can charge your phone depending on how you have it set up. It comes in both black and white and wireless and non-wireless charging versions. So another great Moto mod. We also have style shells, so the Motorola style shells, they come in a variety of ways in premium backs. So essentially they allow you to modify your device. So you have real woods, leather, and ballistic nylon patterns to choose from. So you can change the back whenever your style changes or as often as you like. The next one is one of my favorite Moto mods. And this one is our Hasselblad True Zoom Moto Mod. Now, there's a picture of the astronaut on the moon, and that's because our relationship with Hasselblad actually goes way back to 1969 on the first moon landing. So on the moon, the cameras that took the first images of the moon were Hasselblad cameras, and Moto technology was on the moon, translating the first words from the moon back to the Earth. The Hasselblad True Zoom was designed to really solve a couple issues in mobile imaging. So if you think about mobile imaging, the ability to get up close, take a quality picture, and share is one of the biggest challenges. Your options today, if you're at a concert, a cricket match, or a football game, is you can either digitally zoom in and take a low quality, low resolution picture and share that instantly, or you can take a bulky digital SLR with a long telephoto lens, get in tight, take a quality shot, but because it's not connected, you wait till you go home, you pull out the memory card, and maybe if you're not too tired, you'll share it that night or the next day. Not an ideal situation. The Hasselblad Zoom allows us to get in super close and share in the moment. It comes with a 12 megapixel sensor and a 10 times optical zoom. So you can get in close, take a high quality photo without reducing resolution or image quality, and then share in the moment. You also get unlimited free storage on Google Photos in the native format that you took the picture in for up to 2 years from the date of purchase for free. And speaking of native format, you can, if you're really into photography, you can shoot in RAW and then process those images in a RAW converter from Hasselblad, the Hasselblad focus software that they're providing free of charge. So again, one of my favorite Moto Mods because I'm into photography, but you know, of course I got to show you a couple more pictures so you can see this. So the power of the 10 times optical zoom. So this is a Ferris wheel in Chicago's Navy Pier. So the image on the left is taken with a traditional smartphone camera. The image on the right has a 10 times optical zoom. For those of you who are into photography, if I put it in 35 millimeter camera terms, that's a 250 millimeter zoom lens on this guy. So again, it solves the problem of being able to get in close, take a quality photo, and share it in the moment. So that pretty much wraps up the product section, but I have one more exciting thing I want to share with everybody. So Moto is developing an MDK or a Motorola development kit to encourage folks who want to develop their own Moto Mods. Whether you're a hardware manufacturer, whether you're a wireless carrier, whether you're two guys in a garage or university students or a startup, you can now develop your own Moto Mods. But rather than let me tell you about it, I'd prefer to have some of the engineers who are really doing the hard work fill you in on this one.
We want to change the status quo of the smartphone industry with Moto Mods.
There's been nothing since the iPhone that has been really exciting.
This is game-changing to the mobile industry.
Everything that you see in this device has been built from ground up in a completely different way.
It's really something that is completely new. It's not yet another feature in a phone that maybe you'll use. It's the possibility of having a platform where you can choose the functionality that you want to carry around with you daily.
I would say nobody has done this at all because it's so hard.
We're trying to do for hardware what the App Store and the Play Store have done for software.
It's simply a magical experience. You actually have to use it to understand the power of the Moto Mods platform.
So when we were developing the Motorola Developer Kit, we were really focused on everybody from the student to the hobbyist in his garage, all the way to industry partners that can do very sophisticated things. Technology that's only been available to industry insiders for years and years and years, we are making accessible to everybody.
There's an 80-pin connector here. The signals for each of those are going to be open for developers to build a custom board or develop off of a Raspberry Pi, basically build whatever they can dream up.
Like, how cool is that?
There is nothing really that is comparable to this ecosystem in the market today.
It could be high school kids, it could be PhD students. It's, again, only limited by people's bravery and courage to get into this space. But it opens a platform where someone can innovate and test the market to see if their idea actually has merit.
And when we demo this or show this to people who have not experienced this before, they're completely wowed by it.
The click of the magnets, the way it pulls itself together, and then when the hardware just magically starts working, people look around. They want to show people what this thing can do.
You've seen the power of smartphone and how it has transformed everything, every experience, every industry in our life. And if you want to be part of the challenger, you want to change the paradigm, you should get on board and partner with us because it's going to be great.
It's an excellent program, and just to encourage Moto Mods development, Lenovo Capital is offering up to $1 million in seed investment funding for the best Moto Mods ideas. So we've got all the details on developer.motorola.com, so I encourage you to go there for more details. And I think with that, I'll be handing it over to my colleague Sudhine again.
All right. Okay, it's working finally. All right. Thank you so much, Jim, for filling us in with so much of information. I think that was truly phenomenal. All the mods are fantastic, but I think the new idea of developing your own mod, having the, having the courage to go ahead, getting your idea, and actually having the financial bit to support you. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Let's have a big round of applause for Moto. I think that's fantastic. Don't you think so? And now I'm sure we've spoken enough about the phones. The phones are right here. You've seen the amazing features. And I'm sure the one question that everybody has on their mind is, what is the price and when is it going to be available? So now to fill you in on that, may I request Mr. Mathur to please take over.
Mike, yes, thank you. Well, I'm already very excited. Just for your information, I have got my favorite mod. It's the camera. And more importantly, I've got my backpack ready. I applied for a leave for a month, which has been approved, incidentally. So I'm going on leave, right? So I have this, and I have my JBL, and I have my backpack, so I'm off for a holiday. And I'm sure many of our consumers are excited to do that as well. This is what we started off by saying, that different is better. We have kind of moved in that direction where consumers have got tired of seeing small things. We believe that MotoZ and Moto Mods are going to completely transform the way in which consumers are going to interact with their devices. This is the extension of your personality, what you like, your passion points, and I think that's what we enable. So all of you want to know, I'm sure, when is it available? What is the price? What are the mods going to cost? The MotoZ and Moto Mods go on sale midnight 17th of October. It will be launched initially on the two online partners, Amazon and Flipkart. The price, the MotoZ, the consumers will be able to buy it at $39,999. The MotoZPlay consumers will be able to buy it at $24,999. So $39,999 for MotoZ and MotoZPlay at $24,999. Now, what do the mods come at? I believe innovation probably does not have any price, but it has a great value. And what we have tried to do is make these all modular accessories quite more attractive and affordable for consumers to choose from. So these are the prices, but I think what you would probably want to know, what are the launch prices. The JBL sound speaker, the price is $6,999, but at the time of launch, at the inaugural offer, we will bring it to the consumers at $5,999. The Hasselblad True Zoom camera, the price is $19,999, and at the time of launch, consumers will be able to buy it at $14,999. The projector, which is also one of my favorite actually, the price is $19,999, and the consumers at the day of launch will be able to buy it at $15,999. And of course, the Incipio battery, if you're falling short of power or a charge, the price is $5,999, but at the launch, consumers will be able to get it at $14,999. And of course, we have different kind of style mods. You can change the covers, and the one that we are going to make it available at launch, the wood and the ballistic nylon will be available at $8,999, and of course, the leather one at $1,299. So these are the phones and the mod prices, almost midnight of 17th of October, going to be available on Amazon and Flipkart. Please stay tuned to those sites. At the time of launch, the consumers will be able to get a lot of good and exciting exchange offers, EMI offers, and other attractive offers that they can choose from when they choose the product that they have. So that's the product, that's the price, 17th October. Please mark your calendar for the date. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. But stay right here. I know a lot of people have been clicking your pictures, but it's time for us now to keep some special memories for ourselves. So it's time for a photo opportunity, and for that, may I request Mr. Amar, Mr. Dylan, and Mr. Jim to kindly join Mr. Mathur on stage. Post the photo op, we are going to open the floor for Q&A session. So if you have any questions, you can probably write them down and get ready.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Of course I have my phone.